To calculate the area of a rectangle, there's a sequence of steps to follow. The area is the height times the width, and we can turn this calculation for the area of a rectangle into this Python code. But what if we had to calculate the area of lots of rectangles? Say you wanted to calculate the area of every rectangle in one of Pete Mondrian's paintings. Even using copy and paste, it would get pretty tedious to have to type out the width times the height calculation every single time. A function in Python is a recipe of steps to follow one by one. So instead of writing out the formula every time, we can write it just once and then use it whenever we want to calculate the area. Let's take a look at the parts of a function so that you can learn to write your own. The def keyword tells Python that you're defining a function. Each function also has a name. This name is how you'll tell Python to follow these steps later in your program. Next is a list of parameters. These names are placeholders for inputs you pass to the function. So our area function needs to know the width and height of the rectangle, but it doesn't know them yet. After the function name and parameters, add a colon. The colon signals to Python that a code block will follow. After the colon comes the function body. The body is the block of code that Python will run when you use the function. It's the steps of the recipe. So before each line of code in the block is an indent. To indent, hit the tab key on your keyboard. Finally, this is a return statement. If your function results in some sort of value, return sends that value to where the function is used. In our area function, we return the results of our multiplying the height and the width. Here's all of the parts of a function definition labeled for reference if you want to look back at it later. So let's look at an example and write our make pancakes function in the code editor to practice this syntax. If we look at this function, it looks very similar to when we were calculating the area. We have the def keyword, our name, make pancakes, open and close parentheses with no parameters this time because we're not passing any extra information to the function, the colon, and then an enter to go into the code block of the body of the function. Now, in the body of the function, tabbed in one level of indentation are each of the lines within our make pancakes function. So we have mix our ingredients, stir them together, cook them, and then serve and eat. So now that this function is defined, let's run it. We can make some pancakes. Each time I call the function, it runs the code in the function body as many times as I want.